Word has it that the upcoming battle for undisputed at lightweight is beginning to take shape, possibly for spring. The fight that everyone has been highly anticipating for the past 4 years may finally crystallize as Vasily Lomachenko and Devin Haney may finally face off this spring. Now, the consensus had been that Haney wanted this fight before Ramadan, and due to what he has to experience during that fasting phase of Ramadan, he would have liked to have the fight before spring. But after April, he will be able to fight with no problem. And so it has been suggested that possibly by May of 2023, the two will finally meet in the ring. And Haney has revealed that there's a strong possibility that the fight may be on pay-per-view. Yeah. Let's talk about it. If the proposed bout between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko is to take place and it be on pay-per-view, ESPN pay-per-view, that would be very interesting. Most people do not think that Devin Haney is that type of a star as far as being a pay-per-view attraction and what have you. But he is one of the finest young boxers in the sport of boxing at a division where there are a host of fights between any particular given opponent that can make for fire. This fight that's being suggested for May on pay-per-view by Haney himself suggests that he's all business, and it could be a coming out party for the dream. Vasily Lomachenko, going all the way back to 2019, has been a fighter that pretty much has avoided Devin Haney. We're talking about when he faced Luke Campbell and decisioned Campbell in August of 19. At that time, the WBA, WBC, and WBO world titles were in the possession of Lomachenko. And Devin Haney, who was supposed to fight Campbell in a title eliminator, Lomachenko just went ahead and fought Campbell himself. And that's when the request for immunity came into play. Yeah, Lomachenko requested to have favor with the sanctioning bodies so he wouldn't have to fight Devin Haney, his number one contender. Now, as history has played out, he vacated the WBC title and went on to face Teofimo Lopez in October of 2020. And we all know what happened there, where he didn't perform and Teofimo Lopez was able to take the titles away from him. In the interim, the WBC had awarded Devin Haney the belt that he was the number one contender for, but wasn't able to fight for it in the ring. Now, we're not going to go through a history lesson here because some of you really need to look into this for yourselves. But where we have currently arrived, the undisputed champion, Haney, is ready for a final face and showdown against Vasily Lomachenko. And he is bringing his record now of 29-0 with 15 KOs to the ring. He wants the opportunity against Vasily, the man whom pundits and experts with their opinions have said that is the man. So he wants to face him. Now, coming off of a not so brilliant performance recently in October of 22 against Jermaine Ortiz, Lomachenko has scrapped his way back toward a title shot. Interestingly, he really doesn't want to face Devin Haney. And why is that? Because Lomachenko, who's now 34 years old, and he stands 5'7" with a 65.5-inch reach. His record now of 17-2 with 11 KOs has saw him pick and choose fighters, but never fight the ones that the public sentiment desires. So there's no way around the undisputed champion Haney, and he's gonna finally have to face him. And as Haney got in the ring to face off against Lomachenko after his victory over Ortiz, Lomachenko referred to him as a heavyweight because he looked at Haney's size, questioning him being an actual lightweight. Funny how Loma never saw himself in that same capacity when he faced off against Guillermo Rigondeaux many years earlier. We go back to December of 2017, and the WBO super featherweight title was on the line. Vasily did not want to meet him at a more manageable weight. He wanted to face Guillermo as the bigger, stronger guy. On his way to a 6-round victory after Guillermo retired on the stool, stating that he couldn't continue. Funny how things change. Being a real lightweight and facing a man who is not even a bantamweight, and posturing and gloating in your victory over him But we saw the eyes of Lomachenko and how when cast upon Haney, he could see a man 10 years his junior. Yeah. In his strapping youth and vigor. 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. 2 victories over George Kambosos Jr. in Kambosos' country of Australia. Back to back. Deck stacked against him. Monies lessened. The whole 9 to prove whom he was as a fighter. And he came through with flying colors because he has the desire to show that he's the best. So Lomachenko, the walls seem to be closing in. And we wonder if Vasily is prepared for what comes next. Is he prepared to deal with the adversity that Devin will bring, that he knew 3 years ago that Devin would bring certain challenges that he may not have been up for? And he's only gotten better. So what do we say? When May comes around and Ramadan is finished, you can bet your bottom dollar that Devin Haney will be ready. And he's going to relish in this challenge because that's what he is, a fighter that faces challenges, a fighter that challenges himself to be the best. And he's one of the few today that is actually fighting for that type of legacy in the sport, of a consideration of where he will be placed in history after facing the opposition that he faces and challenges that are met. He's doing a fine job of it. As the walls close in on Vasily Lomachenko, you have to wonder, is he ready for it? Is he ready to finally get in there and show his wares, win, lose, or draw? What may be in the cards for him? I've noticed, as others have, his ratings in the pound for pound has slipped because they're already preparing to say, oh, well, he's old now and this and that because Haney is coming on. But that's not Haney's fault. As I said, 2019, he could have faced him back then. Haney's only better and bigger and stronger and has a greater desire for accomplishment and incentive in the sport of boxing. So this is how it's going to play out. And so the fate of Lomachenko may be decided in his first and only time on pay-per-view this coming May. What do you think about that? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. How do you think this is going to play out? They're trying to drag Devin Haney along because he's growing out of the division, but he is still the undisputed champion right now. And May will be here before you know it. We're already at the midpoint of January. Devin Haney, keep your faith. Your reward is coming soon. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.